Hello and welcome. I am Exit Light and this is my channel. Today, for the second day of the 31 days of Halloween, I thought it would be a little bit special if we talked about the fact that the LaLAURIE mansion is for sale. Before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, please do so. And if you do, please click that bell. It's completely free, and at the same time, it helps my channel. Also, below, I will give a link to my new Etsy store. And if you're interested, go ahead and take a look around. All right, let's get started on this. For anyone that doesn't know the history of the LaLaurie mansion, and I can't believe that you'd be here if you didn't, but just in case, let me tell you a little bit about it. All right. Madame Delphine McCarthy LaLaurie was a wealthy New Orleans socialite and notoriously owned slaves. In 1832, Madame LaLaurie moved into her mansion at the intersection of today's Royal and Governor Nicholas Streets with her third husband, Dr. Leonard Louis Nicholas LaLaurie. Madame LaLaurie hosted many lavish parties there. However, through the years, information and gossip surfaced about her gross mistreatment of her slaves. According to historian Carolyn Marrow Long, Madame LaLaurie was first investigated in 1828 for cruelty towards her slaves, though court records related to this investigation have not been found, probably because she was rich and white. There is documentation that Madame LaLaurie paid for legal services and then sold a number of her slaves following the investigation. On April 10, 1834, a fire broke out in the LaLaurie mansion. A group of onlookers gathered outside of the home as it burned to the ground. According to the New Orleans Bee, the city's French-language newspaper, firefighters discovered 7 slaves, more or less horribly mutated. They were locked inside the building as they attempted to control the flames. The Bee went on to condemn the barbarous and fiendish atrocities committed by the woman LaLaurie upon her slaves. The firefighters brought these slaves to the Cabildo. Now, in case you don't know what Madame LaLaurie was accused of, her and her husband were accused of performing medical experiments on her slaves. They would, let's say, remove the right arm of one slave and the right arm of another slave, and then switch them, sew them on, and see if they would work again. They did this with legs, with heads, and with genitals, and many, many more horrible experiences. As word of LaLaurie's abusive actions surfaced, neighbors became enraged. Imagine that. Neighbors who also owned slaves became enraged because, well, they weren't performing medical experiments. And according to the Bee, a crowd of 4,000 people gathered at the home. Neighbors ransacked the mansion and destroyed what was left of the burned home. The LaLauries fled to Lake Pontchartrain and ultimately relocated to Paris. Madame LaLaurie died in Paris, but it is believed that her body was brought back to New Orleans and buried at the St. Louis Cemetery. Today, many tourists visit New Orleans and the LaLaurie Mansion because of its reputed hauntings. I myself have been there Now, let's get on to how you can buy this lovely estate. Okay, for a mere $10,250,000, you too can buy ghosts. And along with that comes 8 baths, 8 bedrooms, 2 half baths, and 10,284 square feet. And as you'll see while you're looking at this video, the current owners have designed it in a rather, well, let's say, brothel-like design. I hope the new owners take it back to some original type of decor. Maybe add a little bit of haunted, a tad bit of vampire. Steeped in local lore, the LaLAURIE mansion stands as a pinnacle of historical significance and architectural grandeur in the heart of New Orleans. This empire-styled antebellum masterpiece seamlessly blends period details with modern comforts and was curated to elevate every corner of its expanse. Upon entering the main house, one is greeted by double parlors, a billiard room, a guest room suite, and a 2,000-bottle wine cellar. Those bottles of wine might come in handy on those haunted cold evenings. Ascending the spiral staircase to the second floor reveals another set of double parlors, a powder room, a grand dining room, and a spacious kitchen. The highlight is the enormous wraparound gallery/balcony accessible from the original triple-hung windows, offering views that embody New Orleans' old world charm. The third floor hosts 3 luxurious bedroom suites, including a striking red lacquered primary suite featuring a speakeasy accessible through a hidden bathroom door. I love a good hidden room. Experience unparalleled 360-degree views of the city from a rare, private French Quarter rooftop deck. Adding to its allure, the mansion includes servant wings. Don't we all need at least one servant wing? With 2 independent apartments and 2 more bedroom suites, one currently serving as a sizable home office. At the heart of this property lies the quintessential French Quarter brick courtyard, providing a serene oasis for outdoor relaxation while ensuring the utmost of privacy. Off-street garage parking, with ample space for 2 large vehicles, further enhances the convenience, secured by an electric gate on Governor Nicholas Street, allowing for both ease of access and peace of mind in one of the city's most storied locations. Whether for historical intrigue or contemporary luxury, the LaLaurie Mansion invites discerning buyers to experience a unique blend of past and present in the heart of New Orleans. So, lacquered red room. I don't know about that one. I don't think so. I hope somebody does something different. In my opinion, just me. Could be just me. You could have a totally and completely different opinion. It is way too modern looking for what this spectacular home deserves. And you're very, very quiet. You're lying in bed at night. Listen for the ghosts of those still haunting this property. If you've been to this home, please go ahead and post below and tell us your story. When I went there, I'd been there several times, but one time I went there, there was a party there. And we were standing outside, and it was about 9:30ish at night, dark. And 2 little girls in old-fashioned white dresses came out onto the balcony and looked very much like ghosts, although I'm pretty sure they weren't. Although, you never really know, do you? Thank you for coming to my channel, and good night.